Have you been feeling a strange tension lately? Like something is shifting beneath the surface, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Do you sense that you're on the edge of a breakthrough, yet still unsure of what's truly unfolding within and around you? If so, you're not alone. Many are feeling the energetic undercurrents of change, a quiet cosmic pressure building within the soul. It can feel confusing, intense, even overwhelming. But there is a reason for it all. In today's video, we'll explore the powerful energetic shift of Aries season, a cosmic rebirth that's calling forth the rise of divine masculine energy. This is not just a zodiac update, it's a portal. We'll help you understand what this transformation means for you personally, why it's happening now, and how to align with this season's momentum instead of resisting it. We'll also reflect on the energetic path we've just walked through, so you can gain clarity on how it's all connected. By the end of this video, you won't just understand Aries season, you'll feel it. You'll realize that you're standing at the threshold of your own rebirth. You'll recognize the subtle signs of awakening within you, the stirring of strength, action, clarity, and courage. This video will challenge you to rise with the energy of Aries and step boldly into a new chapter that's been calling you forward for months. Don't miss what your soul has been preparing for. The time is now. Number 1. Cosmic alignments, the rebirth of Venus, a sacred feminine resurrection. As we step fully into Aries season around March 21st, the Sun arrives at 0 degree in Aries, a cosmic power point and the true beginning of the zodiac year. This moment marks a surge of new energy, initiative, and forward motion. Yet the sky is anything but simple. Both Mercury and Venus are also in Aries and retrograde, adding complexity, introspection, and tension to this fiery cosmic landscape. Although Aries has arrived, the full ignition of its energy won't be felt until the new moon on March 28th, 29. Until then, we remain partially under the soft ethereal influence of Pisces, the final sign of the zodiac, which continues to guide us through inner reflection and spiritual integration. At the heart of this celestial dance lies Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, abundance, and divine feminine power. Currently in retrograde, Venus descended into the underworld on March 11th, a symbolic journey into the depths of the soul. Her retreat is not a withdrawal, but a sacred process of renewal. She is shedding illusions, re-evaluating desires, and purifying the core of her essence. On March 28th, she re-emerges in Pisces, a sign where she is exalted and honored. This marks her rebirth, a radiant return from the shadows, glowing with renewed wisdom, grace, and magnetism. Venus's orbital journey across the heavens forms the sacred rose of Venus, a 5-petaled pattern that traces a perfect cycle every 8 years. This rose is no mere symbol. It embodies the 5 elements: air, fire, earth, water, and spirit, reflecting the holistic nature of divine feminine energy. Her return in Pisces is not just astronomical, it is deeply spiritual. This is a resurrection of feminine creativity, intuition, and higher love. It's an invitation to reawaken the sacred within ourselves, to align with beauty as a spiritual force, and to embody love that is compassionate, mystical, and deeply rooted in truth. This cosmic alignment between Aries' fiery momentum and Venus's sacred rebirth offers a unique portal, a time to rise with clarity and boldness while staying anchored in the heart. It's a time for birthing new visions, redefining what we value, and honoring the divine feminine wisdom within us all. Number 2. The arrival of the spiritual warrior. Neptune and Saturn enter Aries. A powerful cosmic shift occurs on March 28th as both Neptune and Saturn transition from mystical Pisces into bold, fiery Aries. A move that marks the arrival of a new archetype, the spiritual warrior. This dual planetary migration signals a dramatic shift in collective energy, from introspection and dissolution to initiation and embodied purpose. Neptune, the ethereal ruler of Pisces, governs dreams, intuition, illusions, and spiritual transcendence. In Pisces, it flowed with ease, blurring boundaries and dissolving the material in favor of the mystical. But now, Neptune enters Aries, a sign of fire, courage, and direct action. This shift awakens a new expression of spirituality, one that is not content to dream, but compelled to do. It's the emergence of divine vision in motion. The spiritual path is no longer passive or internalized. It now calls for brave embodiment, decisive steps, and fearless truth. Alongside Neptune, Saturn also makes its move into Aries. Saturn, the taskmaster of the zodiac, represents time, karma, discipline, and structure. In Pisces, Saturn taught us to surrender, to trust the unseen, and to embrace the long flow of spiritual lessons. But Aries demands something different: boldness, leadership, and action. This pairing is striking. Saturn's slow, methodical energy meets Aries' fast, impulsive fire. The result is a sacred ignition of grounded ambition, an invitation to build spiritual foundations with focus, endurance, and purpose. Together, Neptune and Saturn in Aries represent the balancing of mystical vision with practical power. This is about awakening the warrior within, not one who fights for ego or control, but one who moves from soul alignment, higher guidance, and divine timing. It's about integrating discipline with passion and turning dreams into structured, lasting change. For the masculine, both within us and collectively, this transit is especially significant. Saturn in Aries supports men, or masculine energies, in rising into their authentic purpose with strength, integrity, and courage. No longer hiding in illusion or fear, the masculine is now called to step forward, not with aggression, but with awakened presence. The era of the spiritual warrior has begun, and we are being asked not just to believe in something higher, but to become it. As we witness these powerful planetary movements, the call to rise as spiritual warriors becomes impossible to ignore. Neptune and Saturn in Aries are not just astrological events, they are soul-level invitations to embody purpose, courage, and spiritual leadership in everyday life. If this message resonates with you, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What part of this energetic shift speaks to your journey right now? Let us know in the comments below, or simply type, "I am ready to rise as a spiritual warrior," to anchor this intention into the universe. And if you're enjoying this deep cosmic insight, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone on the path, and subscribe for more guidance aligned with your spiritual evolution. Number 3. Rebirth energy and the dance of darkness and light. As we enter this powerful cosmic window, a profound rebirth unfolds, not just symbolically, but energetically and spiritually. At the heart of it lies the Venusian transformation, a sacred shift that mirrors the very essence of renewal. Venus, having descended into the underworld, now rises once again as the radiant morning star. This is the moment she emerges from the shadows and steps fully into the light, carrying with her the wisdom of what was hidden and the beauty of what has been reborn. This celestial rebirth is further amplified by a partial solar eclipse, a cosmic event that magnifies the themes of endings and new beginnings. At the same time, Mercury retraces its path, gliding back into the intuitive waters of Pisces. Here, we witness a divine choreography, the sacred dance between the ultimate feminine and the ultimate masculine. Venus and Mercury, light and dark, logic and intuition, all move together in harmony, weaving the threads of balance throughout the universe. None of this is random. This energetic shift aligns precisely with both the equinox, the sacred pause of equal light and darkness, and the eclipse season, a portal known for catalyzing rapid transformation. Together, they form a vortex of rebirth energy that invites us to release what no longer serves and embrace the brilliance of our becoming. This is not a metaphor. It is an invitation from the cosmos, a call to awaken, to align, and to embody the rebirth that is already underway. The energy is alive, the transformation is real, and the time is now. Number 4. Baptisms of water and fire. As the zodiac turns its sacred wheel, we find ourselves moving from the depths of Pisces into the ignition of Aries, a powerful convergence of elements that brings with it the energy of transformation at its highest intensity. During Pisces season, we were offered a baptism of water, a deep emotional and spiritual cleansing. Like a gentle tide washing over the soul, this watery initiation softened us, purified what was heavy, and prepared our inner vessel to receive the light of new beginnings. And now, Aries enters like a flame to the altar, bringing the baptism of fire. This is no passive energy. It is bold, activating, and fiercely empowering. Where Pisces helped us release and surrender, Aries propels us forward with courage and intention. This fire doesn't burn to destroy, it burns to awaken. It charges our spirit, reignites our purpose, and calls us into action. When pure light shines through crystal clear water, a rainbow appears, a full spectrum of color bursting into view. This is the symbol of transformation through clarity. The clearer we become, the more fully light can express itself within us. Pisces helped us clear the emotional fog. Aries now helps us embody that light in motion. This meeting of water and fire is a cosmic convergence of opposites. Pisces, the final sign of the zodiac, representing endings, dreams, and surrender. And Aries, the very first, representing birth, drive, and initiative. Together, they form a sacred portal of acceleration, where the past dissolves and the future ignites. We are not merely evolving, we are being launched. The transformation is not gradual. It is immediate, catalytic, and alive. It's an invitation to rise, reborn from the water, ignited by the fire, ready to walk boldly into what comes next. Number 5. The power of 28 and the masculine completion cycle. The number 28 is more than just a numerical marker. It is a portal of profound energetic meaning, especially now as we stand at a pivotal threshold in time. The year 2025 is a universal 9-year, symbolizing endings, completion, and the closing of major soul chapters. As we approach 2026, a 10-year, we move into the energy of culmination and new beginnings. But before the arrival of the next cycle, there is a sacred space to pause, reflect, and integrate what has been transformed. The masculine collective, in particular, has been undergoing a deep 2-year cycle of metamorphosis. The first year of this process has just come to a close, marking a significant internal shift. Now, with 1 year remaining, the energies intensify. This is the final phase before full masculine rebirth, a period rich with revelations, tests of will, and the opportunity to rise in true sovereign power. The number 28, 2 plus 8, number 10, carries immense archetypal weight. It represents both duality and wholeness, the convergence of polarities that create transformation. In ancient Hebrew, 28 is associated with power, not domination, but inner strength, authority, and spiritual sovereignty. In astrology, the 28th degree is known as the anaretic degree, a critical point charged with karmic urgency, deep lessons, and irreversible turning points. It is the edge before change, the final breath before rebirth. This number also resonates with the energy of the lion and the lamb, the fierce and the gentle, symbolizing the tension and harmony between ambition and surrender, force and grace. It echoes the strength card in the tarot and the Leo archetype, the heart-centered masculine rising with courage, presence, and integrity. Even in the numbers themselves, a sacred truth is encoded. The number 1 represents the masculine, independent, radiant, and self-sourced like the sun. The number 0 is the invisible feminine, the womb of creation, the void, the silent space from which everything emerges. The masculine is not separate from the feminine, it is born from her. Light is not separate from darkness, it is born through it, and order is not the opposite of chaos, it is shaped within it. We are witnessing the masculine awakening not through force, but through surrender to this alchemical dance. The completion cycle is underway, and the number 28 is a cosmic key, unlocking the deeper remembrance of where true power comes from: balance, wholeness, and unity. Imagine a blacksmith forging a sword. The metal begins as something raw, inflexible, dull, and unshaped. It must first be immersed in water to cool and temper it, just as the masculine had to pass through the emotional depths and spiritual cleansing of the first phase of his transformation. But that is not enough. To reach its final form, the metal must enter the fire, intense, purifying, and activating. It is in this fire that the sword gains its edge, its strength, and its true purpose. In this same way, the masculine energy, after being softened by emotional insight and inner surrender, is now stepping into the fire of action, the final year of his 2-year transformation. This fire represents the challenges that refine him, the decisions that sharpen his will, and the alignment that empowers him to rise with clarity and courage. Just as the sword cannot be made without both water and fire, the masculine cannot complete his evolution without embracing both the receptive and active forces within. This is the essence of the number 28, the union of duality, the final testing ground before mastery is forged. Number 6. The feminine leads, divine timing and transmutation. Pisces, the final and most mutable sign of the zodiac, holds the energy of divine chaos, a sacred storm that swirls with all the wisdom, wounds, dreams, and dissolutions of the entire zodiac cycle. It is the moment before the new beginning, the twilight before dawn, and from this mystic dissolution, Aries is born, the spark of life, the first breath, the force of order that emerges from sacred disorder. In this eternal cycle, it is always the feminine that leads. She walks first through the darkness, embracing the unknown, surrendering to the divine flow. Now it is the masculine's turn to follow, not in weakness, but in reverence, into a season of rapid transmutation. What the masculine is being called to face is no ordinary shift. This is a deep and accelerated metamorphosis, a dissolving of egoic layers that have been encrusted with the density of the 3D matrix for lifetimes. They are now transmuting the heaviest, most resistant energies of the old world, quickly, profoundly, and often painfully. But this alchemical process cannot and will not be completed without the presence of the feminine. She is the silent power, the unshakable anchor, the force of divine love that fuels the masculine's strength. Behind every masculine awakening stands a feminine who has already walked the fires of transformation. Feminines who have reclaimed their power, healed their wounds, and anchored themselves in their divine essence are now seeing real breakthroughs in their twin flame connections. They are no longer waiting. They are embodying, and in doing so, they become activators. Certain twin flame unions hold cosmic codes, and when these unions come into harmony, they do more than just heal two souls. They tear openings in the matrix. These reunions send shockwaves through the collective consciousness, initiating waves of mass awakening across the planet. Number 7. Precision timing and the role of divine feminines. Everything is unfolding according to a higher order, a divine blueprint that orchestrates every awakening, every shift, and every moment of revelation with stunning precision. Right now, certain feminine souls are carrying an especially significant weight in this collective mission. They are the torchbearers of ancient wisdom and sacred codes, moving quietly yet powerfully through realms seen and unseen. Even when their work goes unnoticed by the world, it sends out energetic ripples that shift timelines and activate healing on a planetary scale. One such pivotal moment came during my interview with Serena. At the time, I didn't fully realize the magnitude of what was being activated, but her energy, her insight, and her encouragement were divinely timed. She urged me to release these downloads during Pisces season, the spiritual culmination of the zodiac, when the collective was most open, most porous, most ready to receive. That moment acted as a catalyst, unleashing a wave of movement across the energetic field. Things that were stagnant began to shift. Truths buried deep within the soul began to rise. It was the perfect storm of divine feminine timing. The truth is, it doesn't take a multitude to move the collective. It takes a few deeply empowered feminine beings standing fully in their truth. When even a handful of feminine leaders awaken to their divine role and step into their sacred power, the effects are seismic. Their frequency accelerates healing, not just within their own lives or twin flame dynamics, but across the entire web of consciousness. And the more of them who awaken, who choose to lead, to speak, to heal, to love, the faster humanity ascends into wholeness. If you've made it this far, it means this message was meant for you. Take a moment to reflect on how the divine feminine has shown up in your own journey, whether through your own awakening, the support of others, or the quiet strength that's carried you through. Your story matters, and your voice is powerful. Share your experience in the comments below, or simply type, "I choose to rise in divine alignment," to affirm your place in this sacred transformation. Every comment sends a ripple of light through the collective, and you never know who your words might awaken. Number 8. The Zodiac Wheel and the Acceleration of Ascension. As the Sun enters Aries, we are not merely turning a page, we are beginning an entirely new chapter in the cosmic story. Aries marks the start of the zodiacal new year, and with it comes a surge of fire, action, and rebirth. But this year is unlike any other. The previous zodiac cycle, governed by Pisces, was already intense, compressing 3 to 4 years of emotional, spiritual, and karmic evolution into just 12 months. But what lies ahead is even more extraordinary. From Aries 2025 to Aries 2026, we are stepping into a vortex of rapid ascension. The universe is accelerating our growth, and what would normally unfold over 7 to 8 years will now take place within a single zodiac year. Time feels like it's bending. Lessons arrive swiftly. Growth becomes exponential, and those who are ready will undergo a profound inner metamorphosis. This is the year of the serpent, the sacred symbol of Kundalini energy. The snake sheds its skin as we too will be called to release old identities, outdated beliefs, and stagnant emotional patterns. This energy invites deep purification. Our energetic systems are being recalibrated to hold more light, more awareness, and more divine presence. As Kundalini rises, it awakens our dormant potential, ignites our spiritual fire, and demands balance in every area of life. Expect your chakras to open in new and powerful ways. Light will pour through your being, dissolving density and revealing the truth of who you really are. This is not just about healing. It's about embodying your highest self. The 7 vices, fear, pride, greed, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth, are being transmuted into the 7 virtues: courage, humility, generosity, kindness, purity, discipline, and love. This transition is the core of the ascension process. You are not alone in this journey. The entire planet is evolving with you. And this Aries season initiates a collective awakening that will ripple across humanity. Open your heart, align your energy, and surrender to the sacred fire of transformation. The wheel is turning, and your soul is rising. Number 9. The sacred dance of the seasons and twin flame unions. The unfolding of the seasons is not random. It is a sacred choreography, a divine rhythm that mirrors our inner transformation and the awakening of twin flame unions. Each season and each elemental sign contributes its own energy to the great spiral of ascension, helping to activate, balance, and elevate the journey of the soul. The fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, initiate the alchemical fire of transformation. They represent divine masculine power, forward movement, passion, and the courage to break through old patterns. With their bold presence, they ignite the spark that sets change in motion. This is where the masculine begins to awaken and step into his purpose. The earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, serve as the architects of reality. Their grounded nature brings the spiritual into the physical, offering stability, structure, and the capacity to manifest transformation in tangible form. They help root the sacred energy of union into everyday life. The air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, bring breath, space, and clarity. Their energy lifts and integrates, offering higher perspective and preparing the soul for the next wave of awakening. These signs help dissolve mental confusion, allowing new frequencies to settle into the psyche with ease and grace. The water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, are the deep empaths and emotional healers. They facilitate the sacred feminine's process of emotional release and purification. These energies wash away karmic debris, clear ancestral pain, and open the heart to deeper love and divine receptivity. At the core of this cosmic dance lies the Aries-Libra axis, the symbolic husband and wife of the zodiac. Aries, the awakened masculine, and Libra, the divine feminine of sacred balance and union. This axis will take center stage in the alignment of twin flame energies. As the masculine energies rise in courage and consciousness, the feminine energies that have long been preparing in silence and strength will now welcome them home. The inner and outer masculine is stepping forward, not just in desire, but in devotion. With this shift, twin flame unions are set to manifest more visibly in the 3D realm. No longer just a spiritual concept, these unions are being woven into the fabric of reality, grounded in mutual readiness and divine timing. The stage is set, the seasons are in harmony, and the sacred reunion is near. Number 10. The rising of Ophiuchus and the warrior masculine. A powerful and sacred revelation has been unfolding within me, one that centers around the emergence of the 13th zodiac sign, Ophiuchus. Since 2024, this forgotten sign has been steadily rising, and with it, we've witnessed a profound shift in the collective masculine energy. This isn't a coincidence, it's a divine orchestration. The rise of Ophiuchus mirrors the long-awaited awakening of the warrior masculine, not in aggression, but in sacred strength, healing, and higher purpose. For a long time, I resisted exploring this path. I avoided speaking about Ophiuchus, perhaps because I sensed how deeply personal and transformative it would be. But the signs have become too loud to ignore. I now see clearly that I am intrinsically connected to Ophiuchus and to the number 13, a number often misunderstood, yet holding immense spiritual power, divine feminine codes, and ancient wisdom. The recent Virgo full moon served as a catalyst. Under its luminous light, something within me unlocked. A long-buried awareness surfaced, a spiritual contract I now remember. This calling has been with me since birth, patiently waiting for me to step into alignment. Though I've resisted in the past, I can no longer turn away. The path is calling, and I must surrender to it, fully, humbly, and without fear. This is not just my journey, it's a collective initiation. The rise of Ophiuchus heralds a new archetype, one that blends masculine strength with healing, intuition, and truth. It's the serpent bearer, the bridge between heaven and earth, the alchemist who transforms wounds into wisdom. In the days ahead, I will begin to share more about Ophiuchus, not in a way that overwhelms, but in a grounded and accessible way, so everyone can begin to understand its power and purpose. We are entering a new era of zodiacal awareness, and the time has come to reclaim what was hidden. The 13th sign is rising, and so are we. The 28th of March marks more than just a moment in time. It is the energetic zero point, a threshold where endings dissolve into beginnings. This is a time of sacred recalibration, especially for the masculine. As Venus emerges from retrograde and Mercury weaves between realms, we are invited into balance under the glow of the Libra full moon. With Venus exalted in Pisces and Libra, both realms ruled by love, the atmosphere is drenched in softness, compassion, and divine feminine wisdom. This shift is not merely celestial, it is deeply personal. The masculine spiritual warrior stirs now, rising not in conquest, but in consciousness. A new archetype is awakening, one I'll be unfolding more about soon, the 13th warrior. He carries a different kind of strength, one born from surrender, clarity, and sacred purpose. Let this moment be your invitation to choose differently, to rise differently, to love differently. If this message resonates, I invite you to reflect in the comments with the phrase, "I rise from within." Let it be your soul's declaration, your energetic offering to the shift. Don't forget to like this video, share it with others walking this path, and explore the next video below for even deeper insight into what this rebirth means for your journey. Thank you for being here, for receiving this transmission, and for showing up for your soul. The path ahead is filled with revelation, and I can't wait to walk it with you.